Hi, the name of this video is More Evidence That God Exists. Okay, we live on this earth. I was thinking about this the other day. We live on this earth, and we're surrounded by things that we take for granted every day. Civilization, all of the technology that we have, phones, school systems, governments. Everything that we have, we have our jobs that we go to, 9 to 5 every day or whatever. And we take it all for granted, and we think that's the way, life is supposed to be. Well, the fact is that we live on a planet in the middle of a universe that's cold. It's like negative 500 degrees below zero. You go 300 miles up, and it's freezing. There's a vacuum. Most of space is empty. Matter constitutes a very small portion of the universe, but we take what we have for granted. Now, the thing that I was thinking about the other day was the fact that on this planet we have fire. Now, you need special atmospheric conditions for fire. On this planet we have fire. Without fire, you don't have technology. You can't smelt metals. You can't make glass. You can't make pottery. You're basically living in the Stone Age. So without fire, we're just a bunch of human beings walking around with bows and arrows, shooting, deer or whatever. We're basically living in the Stone Age. And the only reason why we have the technology that we have is because we have fire on this planet. You need special atmospheric conditions to have fire. You also need fuel. There's a lot of different kinds of plants on this planet, and there are hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of species, maybe billions of species of plants on this planet, and the ones that we use for fuel are trees, basically trees. The rest of the planet is covered with grass, different kinds of things like rubber tree plants and cactuses and whatever, vines, ferns. Those materials don't make very good fuel. Also, in order to get fire, you need basically, the cavemen had to rely on lightning hitting a tree. If you don't have trees on your planet for lightning to strike, you're not going to have fire. So you need fire on your planet. You need the basic atmospheric conditions for fire. You also need trees. You need some sort of a fuel that will burn. There are other fuels that will burn on this planet, like coal, but I don't think many people are going to come across a coal deposit, being struck by lightning and catching fire. Basically, you need lightning hitting a tree, setting it on fire, and that's how cavemen got fire, basically. So anyway, we owe the fact that not only do you need evolution and life on a planet, but you also need the means to advance technologically, and like I was thinking about the other day, that requires fire. If you live on a planet, you can be a human species, but if you live on a planet that does not have the proper atmospheric conditions for fire, then you're not going to advance technologically. There might be lots of different life forms in this galaxy. You might find life on other planets, but unless you have the basic requirements for fire, which is the essential founding block for advancing technologically, you might have humans. They might be smart. They might be like caveman smart, but they're not going to have the ability to advance technologically. So we're blessed on this planet. Look at all the things that we have on this planet. We have all of our ducks in a row on this planet. And the people that don't believe in God, they would say, oh, that all just happened by accident. That's a lot of coincidences. So not only do we have life on this planet, not only do we have evolution, not only have we advanced in terms of intelligence, but we also have the basic requirements to advance technologically, which most planets don't have. You can't make fire on most planets. You know, we've got lots of different bodies in this solar system, and you can't make fire on any of them except Earth. You go out in the universe, and it's going to be real hard to find a planet. You might find life. You might find life on that planet, but unless they have the means to make fire and advance technologically, they're not going to. They're not going to have space travel. They're not going to have cars. They're not going to have radio. They're not going to have television. They're not going to have any kind of the technology that we have today. They're not going to have light bulbs. They're not going to have electricity because you need wires, and you have to have fire to make wires. So unless you have the proper atmospheric conditions and intelligent creatures on that planet, like I said, you might have intelligent creatures, but unless they have the ability to make a fire and make metal and advance technologically, they're not going to have the technology that we have. So anyway, that was my thought for that on that subject. So anyway, thanks for watching.